All right, today we are going to show you how to fill our new Haychix nets and how to hang them up in the stalls. Here we have our hay cart. This has been designated just for hay bales to be in. I'm going to drop a bale into this hay cart, and then this blue barrel is what we're putting the nets in to fill them. This is one of the nets. Still has some hay in it, which is okay. But the first thing we're going to do is untie this knot, which this is just a basic daisy chain knot. So you can just push these through and then pull on this and it should all come undone. It's important not to untie these knots at the end of these ropes, just because it's going to help this rubber stopper from coming off. So we're going to drape our net over the barrel. Usually it stays okay, but you can clip it. You can just put the net on these clips or on both sides if it's having a hard time staying put, but usually it's no problem. Then I'm gonna open this bale. Should be about 2 flakes that we want to put in. Usually 2 flakes is about 10 pounds. We'll stuff it in the net, then we can lift our net back up. We can pull it tight, and we're not going to tie it yet because we're going to go and we're going to weigh it first. And we have the scale over here. So if you've used a scale before, if not, you need to push the on button first, and then you need to make sure it's in LB for pounds. Sometimes it does get changed to other units of measure like kilograms. You just want to make sure that it's on pounds. And then what we're going to do is we're going to hold our net up. We're going to try to clip it so it stays up. And this is 14.8 pounds, so it seems like this is too much, but this is one of the brand new ones we have. So this net actually weighs about 1.3 pounds. So instead of this being 14 pounds, this is actually about 12.5 pounds. Probably a little bit too much. But in this situation, instead of having to pull hay out of the net, if we feed horses a little bit more, that's fine. We definitely want to feed them more than less. Now I'm going to show you how to tie the net. So the easiest way to think about this is just to take this main 2 ropes, and then we're just going to kind of twist it and make a loop. And then we're going to take our hand on the loop and we're just going to grab this rubber part and put the loop down. And then we can pull it tight. And that is a 1/2 hitch knot that will keep this net from coming undone. So take your 2 ropes, cinch this down, and then we're going to make a loop like this. And then we're going to put the loop over this rubber stopper. And then we're going to pull the ropes tight and cinch it down. Furthermore, we're going to do a daisy chain on the rest of it. So we're going to do another loop, but then we're going to put this through the loop. And then we want to cinch this down like that. And then you can continue the daisy chain, keep cinching it down, keep cinching it down. And then the last bit, we're going to put this through this last loop, and that's actually going to lock it so that this won't come undone when horses are feeding off of it. So now that we have our net filled, we are going to take it over and hang it in a stall. Okay, so hanging the Haychix net in a stall, we want to observe the nameplate. This is a little bit of a race, but you can see AM and PM 10 pounds in net. This is 10 pounds. We weighed it. It's actually a little over 10 pounds, which is okay. I like to put the whole thing in the corner feeder first. Then once I do that, I can easily hang it. So these chains will typically be hung up on this rail. But if not, I think there might be 1 or 2 stalls that have it hung down here on the bottom just because it doesn't have this rail. So we're gonna take our clip and find a carabiner, and we're just gonna clip this onto the carabiner, just like that. And that is how you hang a Haychix net in a stall at Lazy Bee. All right, now that we're done in the barn, we're done feeding, we're done filling waters, now we're gonna go out to the paddocks. We're gonna grab the nets. Now we're out in the paddocks. We're gonna grab this net from Renegade. All the nets will be on chains, just like this, on all these paddocks, and it will be one net per horse in the paddock. So Renegade's the only one in here, so there's only gonna be one paddock. So I'm just gonna unclip this. So you can see that this net has orange string tied on it. This orange string is to signify that these are for the paddocks. We just want to make sure we're keeping these separate since this is a quarantine zone, just to reduce the transmission of possible diseases. We're going to keep these separate because horses' mouths are on these all day long. So you can see the orange string tied here. We're going to go grab the rest of them. This is a really good time to go around and check waters, take pictures of waters, and we'll head back into the barn and fill these nets and bring them out. Okay, so we're back in the barn and we're gonna fill the hay nets for the paddocks out there. We are going to use a different bucket for that. There's this red bucket here that we're designating for the paddocks. Keep it in this receptacle so that once again, we're not transmitting any diseases between horses. And once we have these nets filled, we're gonna put them in this wagon and put them all out. Also keep in mind that there are minis out there that we need to feed as well. They get 1 flake each, and there's 2 minis. So we are going to put 2 flakes just in the bottom of this cart. That way we don't have to come back out. We're gonna go hang these up out in our paddocks. The way that we hang these nets, just with a chain on their panel and a carabiner. So we'll put this on and throw it over. I am feeding the 2 quarantine horses we have over here. You can see the signs that we put up. So these horses are quarantined. We do want to make sure that these guys are fed last. Just because once they're fed, we would ask you to leave or sanitize yourself with the rescue spray. We want to make sure that, you know, we're not touching the waters, we're not touching the hay nets, we're not petting these horses and then going somewhere else. So these guys get about 2 flakes each.